Hi, thank you for clicking on this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I have more content coming up. Or at least I'm trying to have more content coming up. I'm gonna be honest. We're being honest all 2019. So if you click on this video, you're probably wondering what a day-by-day schedule was while I was in the APC program at the American University of Antigua. So I was there for 4 months, like I stated in my previous video. I took 3 classes, and then we had one like education developmental class where you kind of go over study techniques, how to take tests, identifying how you study, like, are you visual, are you auditory, are you someone who needs, you know, like visuals or, kind of thing. Anyway, we had that maybe 2 times a month, and there was some assignments in that class that weren't bad, like they're pretty easy. So let me start with my day-by-day schedule. For 4 months, I took 3 classes plus that one ED class I just mentioned. Classes started roughly around 8 or 9. I would catch like the 8 o'clock bus and head to campus. Bus is a very generous term. It was more like a beat up old van. If you are thinking it's some luxurious bus on this island, you are wrong. And like, it makes you wonder where your $450 for the transportation fee is going, because it's not in the quality of the bus, but that's none of my fucking business. Anyway, you go to campus. It is a little bit of a walk, not like a walk, like, okay, there's a bus stop, you pass the guards, there's AUA, you keep walking at least like less than 5 minutes, and you pass the calf, and then you're at AICASA. Like, for a school, when we first got into the program, there was so much emphasis on how AICASA is not AUA, how they're, like I said, they're sisters, not close sisters, but like they're stepping stones. So you would think, with so much emphasis on it being like separate entities, that they at least give us a bus stop that wasn't like stupid far away from school. But you know what? I got my steps in. I lost some weight, so I guess that worked out in my favor. We had classes from, depending, some days we'd have 1 class, some days we'd have 2. Our day started around 9 or 10. We were done by like 2 or 3, and then you could spend the rest of the day studying, honestly. I had classes Monday through Thursday. We had Fridays off, which I thought was pretty lit. So we technically had a 3-day weekend, but most of the time we would just go to the library on Friday, study for a little bit. We occasionally went out. I'm not saying all we did was study. There are a few places on the island. Alibaba, they have really great karaoke. They have decent drink specials. Like, this thing called Sting, which is like vodka, like bottom shelf vodka, and then like a Ting, which is like an island drink, like I think it's like lemonade and like grapefruit drinks. It was pretty good. For 7 EC, which is like four $4 for US. It's not bad. You can have a good time. Yeah, so Monday through Thursday I was in class, and after that I would be studying, taking my notes, quizzing myself, doing what I can in order to study. Then I would, so my roommates would kind of do this thing where they would grocery shop for the entire month. I don't operate like that. I don't mind going to the grocery store personally. Like, I would go at least every 2 weeks-ish. Or I would just gauge it by, I drink almond milk, so like whenever my almond milk was like towards the bottom, I'd be like, okay, I gotta plan my trip to the grocery store. We live in Utopia, which is no longer being offered as student housing, and it's now private housing. For anyone who's interested in Utopia, I would not live there. Lack of windows, and some of my stuff got mold on it. I had like this big old black Prada bag that I brought with me. I love that bag. I saved up for it, and it was gorgeous. It was like a vintage Prada. It was like the nylon collection from like the early 2000s. So anyway, my bill finally came, and I switched from that bag to like an actual backpack because it's just more conducive for my lifestyle on the island. And I guess me leaving it in my hot room, there were like mold spores forming on it. So I was really tight in my feelings when I saw the spores. It happened to my roommate, it happened to all of us. There was mold on the floor, my iPad. So what happened was the charger like broke, and so I couldn't use it. So I just kind of put it on in my bedside table. And when I came home, because my sister's like, oh, I have an extra one. I was like, yeah, cool. Let me like charge it up. There were actual spores on my iPad, so be wary. Yeah, so I would make trips to the grocery stores maybe 2 times a month. There's Epicurean. There's another one. There is like a handful of grocery stores on the island. None of them are cheap. Like if you don't go into this thinking like island life is so cheap. It's a lie. It's not cheap like at all. I mean, it's slightly cheaper than US, slightly. But anyway, do your own budgeting. I think I spent roughly $100+ in groceries. I'm not really a big meal person, meaning like I don't really like chef it up. I'm more of a snacker just by that's just how I've always operated. Like I like snacks. So my mom sent me some snacks in my barrel. But I did go to the restaurant about the essentials. So my trips would mostly be like, yeah, anywhere from like 40, 70-ish dollars. So like I said, 100+, 2 times a month. I would take they have different dorms on the island, and they all have their own shuttle slash bus to take them back to and from school. So I would just kind of take one of the shuttles to kind of cut my transportation costs to the to one of the dorms that were close to the grocery stores. Epicurean is kind of the one that everyone goes to. The locals don't really shop there. The locals shop more at First Choice, which has more variety in my opinion. It is slightly cheaper, but that's just my personal opinion. So to go there, cabs. There's this one guy, Lyndon. He's the guy that everyone calls. He basically is running he's like the equivalent of like Island Uber, like, yeah, basically. If you're traveling by yourself, it'll be 15 EC. If you're traveling with more than one person, it's 10 EC. 10 EC is like, I want to say $5. 15 is probably like, I don't know. I mean, it's fine. A lot of places on the island don't have like card readers, so I was constantly at the ATM. I am not a cash carrying kind of girl. I am the type of person I've swiped for $1. That's just who I am. I don't carry cash. So please be mindful that you're going to have to take out a lot of cash, especially if you're going places. If you go places, you don't have to. But yeah, a lot of places run on cash. There is a marketplace. I didn't go, but my roommates went. They said they bought a lot of fruits and vegetables and all this other stuff, which is great for them. That was more of their speed. They spent like half the day there on the marketplace. So if you're someone who wants like fresh produce, I would definitely look out for that. You can take the island bus, but the thing about it is there's no bus schedule. So you'd kind of be sitting at the bus stop for who knows however to get to this place. And the prices vary. Like one bus might be like 5 EC, another bus might be 10 EC. It really just depends on where you're going. Because one time we went to Jolly Harbor, which is like the really nice side of the island, to go to the beach there. Beautiful beach, by the way. Like if you go to Jolly Harbor at least once. It is beautiful. The clearest blue water you will ever see, period. And I went. Really, honestly, like, I know they were doing it for the experience and to like get to know the island. We probably went the long way, so we saw the majority of the island, honestly, via the bus. But it came, I think I probably spent like 20 EC round trip to get there. Personally, I would have preferred color and cab, but I was going with the group. So when I wasn't studying, so I went over studying. There's a library. There's one at AUA and there's one at AICASA. We do not get any printing allowance. When you start medical school at AUA, you get like a printing allowance, meaning you have a certain quota of papers that you're allowed to print. But once you surpass that allowance, right, then they charge you. Then you have to go to like register and like work something out. But for us APC people, we're being charged anywhere from like 10-15 cents to like print. So if you're someone who likes physical copies of things, please be mindful of that. Like they charge you. Don't even get me started on making copies, because I didn't make copies for immigration. Check your emails, because there's going to be a time when you come on the island, they stamp your passport with like like a student visa, and that expires maybe halfway of your duration on the island. They provide a shuttle to take you there. You have to dress professionally. Like, they make a very big deal on you dressing professionally. Like, they will turn you if you're wearing jeans, if you're wearing shorts, if you're wearing mini skirts. Basically, go as if you're going on an interview. You'll have your picture taken there, and then they'll extend it for 2 years. So I'm pretty much good for a solid 2 years because we went to immigration. I know I'm all over the place, but that's just how I flow. I hope this information is conducive and like you're kind of getting the gist of what I'm talking about. Classes, I had 3 classes, 1 EED class. Transportation is a little bit pricey, but you're gonna spend so much of your time on campus that it really depends on the type of person. If you're someone who likes to be adventurous and go out, sure, it's gonna add up. I stuck to my $450 transportation fee that I paid. I made sure to get my money's fucking worth of it, okay? Printing, please be mindful, you will be paying, and they're so obnoxious. So like one time we had like a big exam coming up, and I just wanted to print out some like copies. They literally would not stop harassing me via email, talking about, you please overdue balance, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, if you don't stop emailing me, and it's like you're harassing me, send me emails every day, at least twice a day sometimes, for like $3 because you're pressed about $3. If you don't get out my inbox. So printing, they're gonna charge you for printing. What else I talk about? Grocery shopping, budget. I'm sorry. If you can somehow pack, I definitely recommend getting a barrel. I don't know where you'd get them. We got my barrel. It's like a really 45-pound, I don't know, it's a blue barrel that we got at Food Bazaar. It's like an ethnic grocery store in Connecticut. And then I just typed in like barrel shipping. It took close to a month to get there. My mom paid, I think, 100 something to send it. And then I spent $90+ to clear it and then have it shipped to my apartment. It was really vital. She packed it with snacks, cereal, anything she could get her hands on. Honestly, if I were you, I would bring any type of dry goods. I'm talking pasta, mashed potatoes, beans, lentils, soup, anything in a can that's used to cut cost. If you don't have to get a barrel, you could put it in your suitcase. I definitely know a girl who brought like 4 like massive suitcases. She just paid the heavy, you know, like when luggage is heavy, she just paid that, and like she brought everything with her. Like, it's not a game. Like, you need every nickel, penny, and dime. Okay, it's not a joke. Pack whatever you can. Pack whatever is going to remind you of home. I had like an armrest pillow. I love pillows. I sleep with 4 and a body pillow at home, so like I made sure to bring that with me. Pictures. I'm gonna bring that this time. So bring anything that's gonna like remind you of home, because I literally spent at least 2 months calling my parents once a week crying because the island was so unbearable. Unbearable. I'm a big baby. I'm very, very spoiled, very close to my family, so it was very hard. Yeah, please be mindful of that. Please bring things that remind you of home. And what else? I'm trying to think. I feel like that's about it. Any more questions? I will leave my social media down in the information box. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing. Dress code. So for the ABC program, we didn't really have to dress up. The only time we had to dress up was when we were going to immigration, and when we shadowed the med students. That was about it. Most of the time, everyone was really casual. A lot of like, I mean, in the beginning, I was wearing a lot of like summery dresses, and then towards the end, you would just catch me in like leggings or shorts and like an oversized graphic tee. Honestly, like, if you don't have to be in dressy clothes, just bring all of your comfy clothes. Also, bring a sweater, a hoodie. I know that sounds crazy, a sweater to an island. They keep their library so friggin' cold. It's insane. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's about it. Pack all your snacks, pack anything that reminds you of home. I had my roommate bring a teddy bear that her girlfriend gave her, and I was like, that's actually really cute. I was like, oh, I wish I had a teddy bear, but I don't have one. Bring things that remind you of home. Budget for grocery shopping and transportation. I would say bring a bunch of bathing suits, but that's really not realistic. My apartment complex did have a pool, but it wasn't even that deep, so we kind of stuck our feet in there. So, and what else? Bring as many snacks and dry goods. Be wary of printing. I mean, don't be wary. Like, you should print things if you need to, but just know that they're going to charge you, and you should just make a note of that. You should probably just budget for that. Like, you'll be good. You'll definitely have to go to immigration at least once, dress professionally for that. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was 4 months. You just gotta push through, and I feel like anyone who gets accepted into APC, I know you can do it. Like, it's tough. It's gonna be tough. If being a doctor is something that you want to do, the road is not gonna be easy. Period. So, a little bit of hardship for a lifetime of success and happiness. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching this entire video. Very appreciative. Thank you. Give it a like, subscribe, more content. Gang, gang, gang. We out.